Hey, welcome to the recap of session 13 of Chica D&D. This was pretty much only a travel episode, and yet we still had a lot happen. I did originally decide that I was going to use a supplement to make travel go faster, but then I was like, wait, but I want to have all of these encounters happen. So I only kind of used it, but it was a good kind of like dry run getting the players to think of the things that they have to do in order to use that supplement, because they will be going on probably 2 more legs of travel to get to where they're going, assuming they continue to go to where they're going. But to the actual recap. So the session starts at the very end of the night from session 12, where they're in the tavern. They just finished singing a war song, getting everybody's morale up in Sil Tareth. And while everything starts winding down, now that everybody is feeling a little bit looser, they're actually like going around and chatting with each other instead of just drinking and being sorrow. So the party has a couple people approach them. Basil approaches them, Laurel approaches them, and Taruna approaches them. Basil is basically just wondering where Drugar is and is kind of sad that he's not there. Laurel has made them pendants the same way that she had made Drugar a pendant to be going through the forest so that the beasts of the forest know who they are and that they are safe people. And Taruna wanted to apologize, and that went 50-50. It was good, but it was also like Harry was Harry. So Latruda spends the night at Talus's place, and Harry spends the night at the inn, waking up with a cat that looks exactly like his cat from his material plane. Whether it's actually Mr. or not, he doesn't know, but he certainly feels like it is. They set off early, and we start doing some skill checks to figure out how their travel goes. Most of it is split up into days, but we do end up skipping a fair amount once they get out of the forest. And by a fair amount, I mean 2 days of travel, 3 days through the forest, 2 days to the next town. Within the forest, they have an encounter with Jack and Diane, who happen to be from Chicago and somehow came through a portal into the forest, but didn't feel safe going into Sil Tareth because of all of the weapons and the animals with blue glowing eyes. So they decide to send Jack and Diane back to Sil Tareth with Fox, so that everybody feels safe about these people going into that town. The next encounter that occurs is with a troll, which goes over quite well because Harry has that new fandangled staff upgrade from Sammy the Transmuter, which basically meant that the troll was constantly on fire, which if you know, you know. The last encounter that happens inside the forest is with a ghost, and me as the DM, I didn't really know how that encounter was going to go or what was going to happen, but they ended up sending the ghost back to the realm of the dead, basically just by praying to Anubis. I thought that was really cool, and I'm glad that that's the way that that worked out. And then they had 2 more days of travel out in the like hills, plains area on the way to Battersbury eventually, but they come across the next settlement, which is just the settlement of the Crossroads. When they get there, they land on a windfall. They find some extra cash behind a bush, as well as have an extra skip in their step. The first thing that they do when they get there is they notice this bustling marketplace, and they sell or trade some of the stuff that they have on them, including the bits and bobs that they scavenged from the troll. Latruda makes a trade that is basically like the tradesperson will send armor as long as Latruda and Harry can find someone to take it to Sil Tareth. Harry exchanges his bottle of troll's blood for a bottle of stone elemental gravel, which will basically give him like a stone skin upgrade like once it's a consumable. The next thing that they do is Latruda decides that they would like to make posters trying to gather people, trying to like create a caravan to send back to Sil Tareth so that they can get some extra supplies that they're currently not getting because the forest is so much more dangerous. People have kind of stopped going. This happens, they make their way back to the tavern where they told everybody on the poster to meet. And there's a pretty big group there. Latruda offers a certain amount of money for the task at hand. And some people definitely leave, but they are left with 9 people to send to Sil Tareth. And so 3 of those are merchants. They're going to bring their wares, sell their wares, as well as transport the troll armor that Latruda traded for earlier in the day. And that's basically where we ended off. They get a room at the inn, they stay there for the night, and then they're ready to be on their way the next day. So that's where we're going to pick up tomorrow on April 1st for session 14. Hey, thanks for checking out Chica D&D. If you liked what you saw, click all the buttons down below. Subscribe, like, comment, you know the drill. Thank you again so much. See you next time. Bye.